Hi, everyone. It's Landscape Lyle bringing you Landscape Lies. We cover everything about your garden and then some. Do me a favor, please, before we go much further. Hit the subscribe and the like button. It's going to help me spread the word. That's what we're here for. So I thought this would be a good time to reintroduce preparation for your spring garden and other various modalities that help make your garden beautiful. Here in sunny Southern California, we've had summer weather, so a lot of things that we can do are available to us. I know in parts of the country and the world, it's still a little cold. The ground is frozen or just too cold. It's hard to work, and there's really no need to until you go past the possibility of frost. However, things that you can do for your garden are pruning or the winter time. You know, we can prune roses, and we can prune pine trees. It's now a good time when the sap isn't moving, and various other plants. You can trim back your hydrangeas. Just don't trim off the flower buds and your moreas. If you know what those are, never trim off the flower buds. But you can trim off the leaf and whatnot, all the way down to a nice little mound, maybe 3 to 6 inches tall. Your warm season grasses, like your red fountain grass and green fountain grass, don't trim that into an alien space sculpture, please. Cut it down all the way to the ground if possible. It will grow back very nicely, fresh, brand new, and looking right. Nothing like having something trimmed to fit in a particular area. I'm sure you know from some of our previous posts how important it is for placing your plants properly. You want them to grow full size without a lot of trimming to make it fit. It doesn't look right. Plants look better when they're allowed to grow to full size. And I'm sure you've seen plenty of places where they overplant. By the time they're done, they're either ripping out the plants because there's no room for it, or it all looks like a bunch of alien space sculptures that they look horrible. And we want to avoid that. That's something I'm trying to promote in my podcasting episodes. So if we're getting ready for our spring gardens, if you can, good time to mulch, clean out all your dead stuff. If you're doing your roses, make sure you take away all the old growth, all the leaves, anything that's on the ground, rake all that up and trim it down to approximately 30% of what it was, all the way down to cane. Take out all the old stuff. You want to promote all new growth because that's the fresher, nicer, more durable flower-producing area. And then you hit it with a good oil spray. It won't hurt anything. It kills the virus and causes all the damage to the leaves. The more you do that, the more you can delay any kind of damage to the plant itself. It's not going to kill it, but it certainly doesn't look good. And of course, you want to start fertilizing. I like the Bear 3 and 4 in 1 rose food. It not only has good food for the roses, it also has all the other treatments that keep away the pests and diseases that plague roses. We're getting ready for our vegetable gardens. Can't wait for tomatoes. And you can start mulching the soil and getting it ready. I always recommend using worm castings. A good product is Vermichar or Organic Solutions, and then a good organic fertilizer because you are going to eat it. You don't want anything that's too chemically oriented, especially if you really care about that. And then, of course, you want to double dig. If you don't know what double digging is, you take off the first foot, you dig down another foot to really loosen the soil properly so it can breathe right, and you fill it back in. That double dig really helps the plants get into some deep-rooted, deep-watered, heavier ability to feed from the soil that's there. It's not compacted. Remember from some of our previous podcasts, you have to get air and oxygen down into the soil. I know it's counterintuitive to think that something that's deep inside dirt needs to breathe, but I promise it needs to breathe. Compacted soils or overwatered soils literally drown the plant, and the potential for growth is highly diminished. we want to make sure it can breathe. So opening up that soil is a good thing, and including in your garden too. There's nothing wrong with cultivating and allowing it to breathe. Just the weight of the atmosphere will push the air in about 18 inches deep into the soil. Everything needs it, no matter what the plant is. We'll always benefit from cultivated soil. We want to get ready for a good spring, and this is one of the ways that we can do it. So make sure you're doing proper preparation, proper winter pruning, proper time of the day, or if you say time of the year to prune certain plants like pine trees or your hydrangeas. Remember, do not trim off the flower bud, otherwise you won't get any bloom next year at all. You have to wait a whole year, and a lot of people, or I should say a lot of landscape janitors, they just trim without any regard to the actual plant. Good time to trim all your warm season grasses. Cut them all the way down to nothing so you can avoid the alien space sculpture look. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that red fountain grass. They trim it into a shrub. It's not how it's supposed to look. Properly placed plants look so much better, much easier to deal with. You're not going to throw your money away over planting. It's always worth kind of waiting. So I hope that this has helped with some of your garden chores. And just to let you know, I'm going to be interviewing my friend, Jonathan Goldhill from the Goldhill Group. He's a professional business coach who specializes in the landscape industry. For many decades, he's been helping people get started with their landscaping business and how to improve already existing landscaping businesses. It's a good source for all of you who think they want to jump into the business. It's a nice place to go. I've done it now for close to 50 years. And I can tell you that if I didn't do it for a living, I would do it for a hobby because I really enjoy it. It's something that just comes naturally. I get to do art. My medium is plants and rocks, dirt, and hardscaping and things like that. So we're very fortunate to be able to do what we love. So everybody have a wonderful new year. And signing off, this is Landscape Lyle from Landscape Live by Landscape Lyle. Have a very good day.